The discipline this man grew up in, physical discipline, mental discipline, emotional discipline, that then later became such a great asset when he got born again and began to speak in tongues, and all those great skills and discipline and hardness, physical hardness that he had developed in his life. Sheesh. The adversary never gave up. Here he endeavored to end Paul's life by way of a viper attack. This was a certain type of viper known to the Eastern culture that literally fastened itself to its victim. You know, it wasn't like just a rattlesnake strike. Of course, they can fasten themselves too, can't they? But it would actually bite down and it would die before it would let go. It fastened itself to its victim and died as its poison spread. Normally, a person became numb and died from the bite within a few minutes. So we got yet another miracle of God protecting his man. You know, you want to be critical and say, well, why didn't he know the snake was in there beforehand? Oh, don't do that. By now, no, you don't want to think that way. That's not your business. What would have happened if it bit me? Good gosh, I'd have freaked out from here to breakfast. What about you? Acts 28, verse 4, and when the barbarians saw the venomous beast hang on his hand, they said among themselves, no doubt this man is a murderer, whom though he hath escaped the sea, yet vengeance suffereth not to live. Paul can't catch a break, can he? This was the way the people of Melita had been taught to think in their fatalistic philosophy. And he shook off the beast into the fire and felt no harm. That's the Spirit of God quickening the mortal body. This was a miracle. Not only did he live, but he felt no harm. Howbeit they looked, when he should have swollen, become inflamed, or fallen down dead suddenly. But after they had looked expectantly a great while, and saw no harm come to him, they changed their minds or opinions and said, he's a god. He's a god. Isn't that human nature there? The worst thing they could think about him to, in their culture of idolatry, the greatest thing they could call him. First, they were convinced Paul was a murderer, and later they believed he was a god. Remember the people of Antioch of Pisidia that wanted to offer sacrifices to Paul and Barnabas? Paul was the messenger, Mercury. Barnabas was Jupiter. Their opinion changed from one extreme to another, but neither was right. He was a wonderful man of God who believed God to live and overcome the attacks of the adversary in order to hold forth God's word despite a storm, a shipwreck, the unbelief of sense-knowledge men, and now the bite of a poisonous beast. Acts 28, 7 and 8, in the same quarters were possessions of the chief man of the island, whose name was Publius, who received us and lodged us 3 days courteously. There you go again. They that uphold my soul are of Jehovah. And it came to pass that the father of Publius lay sick of a fever and of a bloody flux, dysentery, to whom Paul entered in and prayed and laid his hands on him and healed him. Now, in other similar records, Dr.